Welcome to the show. It's Real Talks with Timtiger, where we keep it real, no cherry picking, no sugar coating. I'm your host, Timtiger. So as usual, we always see something to talk about, things that pertain to real life. So that's like the necessity of this show. And matters arising, a pregnant wife files for divorce after her husband buys his mother a car. She said, "I can't be carrying your baby and walking with my legs while your mom drives a car." And it's always, people will always have an opinion. Although when I saw the post, I felt it's just a make-up story. But still notwithstanding, we had real human beings who came to give their opinions. So from here, we establish points that can help us in other various parts. And we had a lot of persons coming in to give their opinions, a lot of them, and we want to check them out because for me, the basic source of intelligence is perception. Yeah, where you stand to look at things. Someone said, how much you can get out of this life depends on how you react to the life, and your reaction to the life depends on your perception, where you stand to look at life. So let's start. We have Obeide Maratana says, wrong timing. I'm sure she didn't fight for divorce because of this alone, but because of accumulated issues. Obviously, the man doesn't carry her along in his decisions, which is not supposed to be. Marriage is a man and a woman being one, not the other way around. She has a point. It looks like she says, it seems as though the man takes decisions, some key decisions, without carrying the woman along. Okay. There's another that says, if you slap, not the cause fight. Something must have been happening. All right, that's from Obeide Maratana. Ino or Geds said, she's greedy. Must your husband buy you a car? Let your daddy buy you one. Okay. That's another one. Then Esther Johnson says, misplaced priority. When you married, your wife becomes part of the same blood. You become one. If only some men understand this thing, would be better. When you married your wife and children becomes your family, they become your number one. Even your mother becomes a third party. Damn. And the thing for a man is to balance the equation. You might be saying, soldier comes, soldier go, and continue to have broken homes. As for women, she would have settled things with her husband, not filing a divorce. Okay. She tried balancing it from both ends. Then, Inibehe Ekbe, sorry if I'm not pronouncing these names, where it says, my dear, buying a car for the mother is not a bad thing. That shows appreciation for bringing him up. If the mom didn't suffer for him, how would you marry the son? All the money the husband made, who is responsible? Who is responsible? The parents. Even if he buy her a car, she deserves it. Mothers suffer a lot to bring their children up, and the standard she wants. That doesn't mean he doesn't love you. Then we have Ohivame Ambrose says, whereas buying a car for the mom is good deed. However, me think the timing was wrong. The wife needs mobility now more than the mother. However, if the man has a car, then there's nothing for the wife to complain about. She can use her husband's car anytime, any day. That being said, her reason for divorce is flawed. She cannot succeed. Then Ozabo Omozef said, wrong timing for me though. The man doesn't know how to manage women. Okay, manage women. It's alright. Wisdom Lusakari says, that's witchcraft. The wife forgets the sacrifice the mother and father made to bring up their child. No wonder no woman can insult my mom because she stood by me and make me grow. I remember when she borrowed money and gave me to start up business. She used to fry gari and sleep late night. So on. I asked a friend of mine, Precious Edema, and in her words, this thing is two-sided. She said, as her opinion just strikes differently. I can't forget my mom even when I'm married, and if I have the opportunity to buy my mom a car in marriage, I will do it. But she says she doesn't really think the man did anything wrong. So let's cut to the chase real quick. So what do I think? If the woman had not complained, would it have been a wrong timing? Now, we are going to try as much as possible not to add to the story. The story says the wife says, I can't be carrying your baby and be walking on barefoot while your mom is driving the car. Doesn't that just sound like jealousy? I mean, if he hadn't buy the mom a car, would the woman have had that feeling that she deserves to be working, she deserves to be driving? And the story did not say no longer have money to take care of the pregnant wife. So we are not going to assume that. We are going to assume even as the car came, every other thing was still going on perfectly as usual. The man reserves his right to use his money the way he feels, one, but not out of discretion, don't get me wrong. For me, I don't think it's wrong timing. Maybe this was the time the money came. He didn't have there are sometimes when money comes, you just use it to do what you think you want to do, regardless of the situation, because the money will go. Why don't you think of that? And why are we not looking at it from this point of view? Okay, since the man bought his mom a car, what happens to the wife? Okay, then meaning a car is coming for her eventually because she's pregnant. Some men wait for their wife to give birth and boom, they buy her a present. So what really happened here? I keep saying it. I said every new phase will demand for a new version of you. Every new phase will come with its own challenges. And one of those challenges is that you watch out for your level of entitlement and confidence. And I feel this is where this woman, was flawed. Yes, it is natural to feel envious when you look at your fellow person having something you desire. It's natural. For your brethren, for your mates or your friend, your neighbors to have something you desire is actually another phase of life. The funny thing about this phase of life is it's not predictable. Nobody tells you what's coming. It's not like school. In one of our episodes, I mentioned this before. It's not like school. You have primary 1, primary 2. You know what's coming. Life, that's the funny thing about life. We can just some people can manage. Some couples can manage having 1 child, 2 children, and so on. But we have issues with dealing with twins, triplets, and quadruplets. Some couples are happy before they give birth to children. The moment they start having children, they start having issues because that's another phase of life that demands for another level of patience, another level of selflessness, another level of confidence. So most of the times we are not prepared for it because of how we've been handling the former phase of life. What this woman needed was just confidence to understand that, okay, my husband bought his mother a car. His mother is a woman who has been doing well for him. Then just understand that I also have a chance to get a car from him. I think it's that simple. In as much as I'm not the religious fan, but church people always have a saying, when God blesses somebody in your neighbor, it means God is in your neighborhood. It's a matter of just being more patient. Just be confident. Have you noticed when you try to congratulate those that have what you desire, there's a level of peace of mind it gives you? Because it's normal that when your friend loses, you feel bad. When they go ahead of you, you feel worse. It's a natural thing. So you have to tame it. That's the job of physics in life. You always have things to tame. You have things to unlearn. You have self-entitlement to unlearn. And the mother is a woman like you. Be happy for her. Then talk to the man and make him see reason why with time you will still need a car. Somehow that's where strategy comes in. And from the words of Professor Suleiman, strategy is better than energy. Fighting for a divorce for me is uncalled for. Yeah. Be confident. In the words of Sarkodie, the way he said, confidence is when you are able to compliment people without you feeling insecure. That's what the woman needed here. The woman is losing. The woman is losing. It has a loss. That's a fact. For me, it's this simple. There's really no many things to say. Your husband bought the mom a car, meaning it's possible that the car is coming for you. Make it happen. give birth to your child. We have more pressing issues now. A child is on the way. I don't know the man. It was not mentioned that whether the man has a car, but mobility is the basic. It doesn't really matter if you own your car at that point in time. No. So I think the woman was insensitive in her judgment and indiscretion and self-entitled and no confidence. If you understand that every phase will demand for a new version of you, I think it will help us more to give to that phase what it requires. Don't forget it's Root of Timtiger. Don't touch that die. Don't forget to follow us. Don't forget to like our page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay with us while we keep bringing you real life situations and how you can or you should deal with it. We are doing this together. I'll wait for you in the comment sections. Let me also see what other people have to say. Haven't seen this video. And I'm your host, Timtiger. Peace.